we are going to deal with another significant topic from your writing skill syllabus, that is informal letter writing. Now, at first, let us know what a letter is. A letter is a direct written message sent from one person to another. It started at a time when men became a little more civilized and invented the process to communicate with people at long distances. We have already studied the Book of Nature, where Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru wrote a series of letters to his daughter Indira during his days in confinement. Now, in your Blossoms book, from the first chapter, that is Book of Nature, you have already studied about Jawaharlal Nehru, where he had written a series of letters to his daughter Indira Gandhi during his days in jail. I am mentioning about that only. Those letters have great historical value. Now, how should letters be written? Letters should always be written in a simple and direct manner. Do not go beating around the bush. That means you are not going to go into the letters. It should be a direct and written in a simple form. The letters should not be too long. That means it should not be like a composition or an essay or a story or something of that sort. It should convey the ideas of the writer in a vivid manner. That means whatever you want to say, whatever you want to express, whatever you want to communicate to your reader, you should express that in a vivid way. We should avoid harsh or impolite language at all costs. Whenever we write something, harsh language or rude language or impolite language should never be written or never be penned down in paper, because whoever our reader is, they should never feel bad. So harsh language, impolite language and rude language should be avoided at all costs. Different ideas or views should be expressed in different paragraphs. Your ideas, whenever we write a story or whenever we write an essay or a composition or whatever it is, we make different paragraphs. First is the introduction, then comes the communication or the content or the body of it, and next is the conclusion. So in case of letter writing also, we should have the different ideas or views mentioned in different paragraphs, although they should not be too long and neither too short, but they should contain the ideas of the writer. Now, how many kinds of letters are there? In English language, there are mainly two kinds of letters, that is informal or personal letters and formal or official letters. Informal letters are written to friends, cousins, etc. Your friends, your cousins, your parents, your siblings. All these letters are written to these people. They can be a bit lengthy, written in a conversational style. Now, these letters are called informal because you communicate through your heart. The content can be a little bit long because they are written in a type of a conversational style. Whereas a formal or official letter should be brief, compact and to the point. A business letter or an official letter should always be brief. They should be compact, rather they should be short. they should be brief, and they should be to the point. Your views should be to the point, because as it is said that businessmen do not have any time for any kind of flowery language. Now, there are certain rules to be followed while writing an informal letter. We as a format of a letter, because letter writing or whatever you are writing in your writing skill, they follow certain rules. As in your paragraph or in your biography or in your story, you have hints like that. So in case of letter writing also, there are certain rules to be followed. Now here is the format of an informal letter. You see the picture over here, the heading which includes the sender's address, below that the date. Here you come the greeting or the salutation, which involves dear whoever the person is, that means the receiver's name. Now you come the content or the body of the letter. Here you come the subscription, that is yours lovingly or truly or sincerely, that means the sender's name. And here the envelope, the receiver's full name, the stamp is over here, you can see, care of the receiver's guardian's name, the receiver's address and the pin. Now here you've got the picture or the picture of the format of an informal letter. Now I'm going to describe in details what the format entirely means. You see, the sender's address and the date should be written on the top right side of the page. You see the sender's address and the date below it, which means the heading. It should be written on the top right side of the page. You leave a line, as you see in the picture, I have left a line. You will leave a line, then you will go to the top left side of the page and greet the receiver. As I said, the greeting or the salutation, you are going to greet the receiver. Dear, the receiver's name, that means dear father or dear mother or dear your friend, give the name of the friend, or dear uncle or dear aunt or whoever it might be. Then you again leave a line. You come to the third point. A line should be left after the greeting. The content or the body of the letter starts. You see the picture over here, I have left a line, so you should also leave a line and you are going to write the content. Now here you should remember, when you write the greeting over here, dear whoever the person is, you should put a comma after that and you are going to start your writing just below the comma. Now as I said, you are going to leave a line. The content or the body of the letter starts. You begin writing your letter. It can be mostly of 3 short paragraphs, and conclude your letter by conveying best wishes, respect for the elders and love for the juniors. Now, as I said, you begin with a short introduction, and then it can be, as it is an informal letter, so it can be 3 short paragraphs, and at the end you conclude your letter by conveying your best wishes to that particular person, respect for the elders and love for the juniors. Then again, the fourth point, that is leave a line again. As you see in the picture, I have left a line. You leave a line again. Go to the bottom right side of the page and add a subscription. Now what does the subscription mean? A polite leave taking. Yours lovingly, or yours truly, or yours sincerely, as you want to write it. And your name in the next line, that is sender's name. Since you are writing the letter, you are the sender, so you are the sender over here, you write your name. And finally here you have the envelope here, a box with a stamp. Here in this box, name of the receiver, receiver's full name should be there. The next line you have the care of, guardian of the receiver, receiver's guardian's name. Now in case the person to whom you are writing is an adult, there is no need to write care of. You can only write care of if the person to whom you are sending the letter is a minor one. And next line you have the receiver's address and the PIN code. You see care of, guardian's name of the receiver. In case your receiver is an adult, then do not use care of. And finally the address of the receiver. Now for your benefit, I have written for you a sample informal letter. I am reading it slowly. You just notice how the letter has been written. Now this letter is to your grandfather, wishing him on his 74th birthday. The address, the sender's address, 7 Marine Lines, Mumbai 400001, 20th May 2020. Since you are writing your letter to your grandfather, you can greet him in this way: Dear Grandpa, a comma after that, leave a line. I hope you are keeping well by the grace of God. Now I would like you to mention the first line by using this particular term, the grace of God, because we always ask for God's blessings or blessings from God whenever we invoke God's blessings whenever we begin a letter. So I hope you are keeping well by the grace of God. I have suddenly recollected that your 74th birthday falls next week. Therefore, I would like to wish you in advance many happy returns of the day, a semicolon after that. May you be bestowed with good health and happiness for the years to come. Now I have made a separate paragraph, you can see. Now your paragraph should begin just where I began, just below the comma I mean. I begun here, you see, just below the paragraph, just below grandpa I put a comma. I begun after that I. So the next paragraph should also come in line with that I. See how I have written you. This line comes like this: you have always been my friend and guide, and so I would like to take this opportunity of thanking you from the core of my heart. I also know that all your Near and dear ones. Near and dear ones means the people who are close to you. The near and dear ones feel the same. I have recently heard that you go for your regular morning and evening walks as well as practice your old love, which is table tennis, at the local club. Full stop. The third paragraph, that also should come in line with the beginning of the second paragraph. See how I began? I have sent a birthday card along with a book entitled Animal Farm by George Orwell. Full stop. You will definitely like it, as I know you love reading satires. Satires means, that is, a mocking against the society, or rather mockery against the society. Next paragraph. My studies are going on quite well. Ending my letter here, I convey my respect to you, father and mother, and best regards to my dearest. Now the ending of the letter, yours lovingly, comma, Deepak. Now here you have the envelope. Suresh Chatterjee, K11, CR Park, New Delhi, 110016. Now for your home assignment, I would like to give you a short letter, that is a letter to your friend describing your visit to the Indian Museum. Now this is your homework for during your vacation. You write down the letter in your copy, and then we are going to see it after we meet. Now here again a short recap regarding how to write letters. The main points regarding how to write letters. Letters should always be written in a simple and direct manner. Use simple language. Do not use any word the meaning of which you do not know, because wrong application of a word results in a disaster. Do not go beating around the bush. Do not go around the same point continuously. The letters should not be too long. Don't make it like a story, because people do not have such a long time to go around your letters. It should be rather brief. It should convey the ideas of the writer. Whatever you are trying to convey, it should be vivid like that, in a vivid manner. That means in an explicit manner, try to convey the ideas of the writer. That means you. We should avoid harsh or impolite language at all costs. This is a very important point. Never try to use any rude language, because whenever we are speaking to a person or whenever we are writing to any person, language should be polite, because people should be impressed by us. Whenever you are speaking or trying to communicate with anybody, if you speak in a rude language, or if you ever speak in a harsh language, will they reciprocate, or will they ever listen to you? No, they will never listen to you. They will listen to you first, at the first time, or in the first moment, and then they are never going to turn again to you. So we should avoid harsh or impolite language at all costs. And finally, different ideas or views should be expressed in different paragraphs. The entire letter should not comprise of one single paragraph. In the sample letter, you have seen how I have divided my different ideas in different paragraphs. So your sample letter or whatever you are writing should be also in different paragraphs. Okay, we are finished.